Major players like Goldman Sachs are diving headfirst into the world of Bitcoin, joining the ranks of Blackrock spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds, with the UBS, Citadel, and Citigroup also on board. The stage is set for a potential surge in Bitcoin's adoption. Stay tuned as institutional interest in crypto continues to soar. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's start. And we're starting off with this. At $1.3 trillion plus, Bitcoin market capitalization exceeds the top 4 largest banks in the world combined. No wonder banksters are afraid. And here we can see JP Morgan Chase $568 billion, Bank of America $300 billion, ICBC $244 billion, Wells Fargo $203 billion. And then we go for Agricultural Bank of China, and China Construction Bank, as we are at the top, as we could see, and that's really great for the Bitcoin. The next one we're going for, Bitcoin is money, everything else is credit, JP Morgan 1912, and this is the true as well as it develops even more. Bitcoin, 2 weeks until Halloween, 8 hours clouds, ASNR, triangle compression. Imagine being bearish right now. Couldn't be me, send it. Also, is Bitcoin overvalued today? Let's find out. 19,675,000 Bitcoin are in circulation. At currently 68,400 per Bitcoin, that sums to $1.3 trillion equivalent in US dollars. So while it came to this number, 838,017 blocks were added to the Genesis block since early 2009, and over a period of 15 years, more and more energy, time, and resources have been dedicated to the Bitcoin network every single minute by increasingly more people around the world, to in the end of the adding up to just 0.43% of the value of the current global debt of $313 trillion caused by a broken monetary system. The Bitcoin network right now is worth 0.43% of the world's total debt, as these are just the ratios to global debt. Again, is Bitcoin overvalued? When you understand how uniquely Bitcoin works, which is in a decentralized way perfectly sophisticated symbiosis of many individual components working together like Swiss clockwork, finely tuned hand in hand, all backed by physics and mathematics, which is the language of the universe, and energy is its currency, then you realize almost in how light years away Bitcoin must be from the word overvalued. Bitcoin is so ridiculously undervalued that it is always worth buying Bitcoin no matter when. So to be honest, financial freedom is the smallest reason to own the Bitcoin, and the weight of these words gets heavier every day. Also, what do we have next? Big breaking news is someone bought 15,745 Bitcoins just 13 minutes ago. What can it say? That people still continue on buying and bulls are continuing on purchasing even more and more. Bitcoin is entirely based on mathematical verifiability, and it is the internet unleashed, unfurnished, unpolished, and uncensorable. Andreas Antopoulos. Also, Bitcoin has broken out the symmetrical triangle in H4 chart, as this is also in line RSI breakout. The relative strength index is momentum indicator used in technical analysis. It measures the speed and magnitude of the recent price changes. What do you think? Where is it actually heading right now? We should hit Bitcoin halving in 2 weeks on 20th April. In order to pull off the greatest beam, we need your support with the following. All miners should refrain from adding or removing machines. All traders set max limits bids at 69,420 and max limits ask at 69,420.99 cents. I feel like no one is going to do that, but it would be really fun if this number appears during the halving. Goldman Sachs among the Wall Street titans backing Blackrock's Bitcoin ETF. So Goldman Sachs, UBS, Citadel, and Citigroup have been selected to be authorized participants of Blackrock's spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund IBET. According to a post-effective amendment dated April 4, 2024, if approved, these 4 Wall Street titans will join the list of the ABS, and already including the major names like Jane Street, JP Morgan, Macquarie Capital, ABN AMRO, and Virtue. Authorized participants serve as ETF liquidity providers, as their roles are to facilitate the creation and redemption of ETF shares, ensuring that ETFs trade at fair value, and ETF issuers like Blackrock can designate more APs for their funds after launch. So the more APs involved in an ETF, the better, as competition helps keep the ETF price close to its actual value, benefiting all investors who trade an ETF. An earlier report from CoinDesk suggested that Goldman Sachs was in talks with BlackRock and Grayscale about becoming key partners for their funds, as discussions reportedly occurred before the SEC greenlighted several spot Bitcoin ETFs. And commenting on the latest edition, Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric Balchunas said that if it's the first time the world's top financial management organizations are displayed on the AP list of an ETF, this marks a major step towards a mainstream acceptance of Bitcoin and reflects the increasing demand for investment vehicles providing exposure to digital assets. As well as, despite experiencing massive outflows last month, US spot Bitcoin ETFs witnessed a threefold surge in trading activity compared to the first 2 months. This uptick coincided with the Bitcoin setting a record high of around $73,000. And according to data from Look on Chain, BlackRock Sybit now has over 260,000 Bitcoins worth $17.3 billion under the management. This puts them on track to surpass Grayscale's GBTC, which currently holds 326,000 Bitcoin valued at almost $22 billion, and Fidelity's fund sits at the third place with 149,000 Bitcoin, equivalent to $10 billion. Also, what do we have next? That Bitcoin breaks 70,000 barrier and targets $75,000 next. So, factors driving Bitcoin's bullish trajectory. Several factors are contributing to Bitcoin's current bullish price trajectory. Firstly, Bitcoin is trading comfortably above the 100-hour simple moving average, indicating strong positive momentum. Additionally, the 50-day SMA is nearing a crossover above the 200-day SMA, forming a golden cross and technical pattern often interpreted as a bullish signal. Trendline support. The hourly chart reveals a robust bullish trendline near 67,500, serving as immediate support for Bitcoin's price. Fibonacci retracement. Following a temporary pullback, Bitcoin's price has approached the 23.6% Fibonacci retracement level, as this retracement level presents a potential buying opportunity for traders and investors. And positive market sentiment says renewed interest from institutional investors and favorable regulatory news are contributing to positive market sentiment, as these factors are bolstering confidence in the market and fueling Bitcoin's upward trajectory. So Bitcoin price analyzes upside and downside potential. Upside potential: if Bitcoin manages to break clearly above the 71,200, it could continue its upward momentum, targeting key resistance level at 73,500 and potentially 75k. Surpassing these levels may pave the way for a retest in all-time highs, indicating further bullish sentiment in a market. Downside potential: conversely, if Bitcoin struggles to maintain its momentum and falls below 70k, it may find a support at 69,000 and then at 67,800, which represents a trendline support, as further downside pressure could lead to short-term declines towards 66,800 and 65,500. However, the likelihood of a major correction is reduced if Bitcoin remains above the 50-day simple moving average, suggesting ongoing strength in the market. That's all the information we got for today's video, so don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next one, and peace.